right. Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to see if we're up and live and running. See how the screenshot is here. I think my internet is a scotch on the, what? There we go. All right. Yay, I got it up. Looks better this week. See if we got anybody there. All right. All right. Good, happy Sunday evening. This is Tara with Tara Beth Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in mid-Missouri in the U.S. Hey, Karen, thanks. Thanks, Amy. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. So today we're going to do in yet another fun fold. They're my favorites. It's a great way to make your cards look really fantastic, and they're usually super easy. The easier that it is, the better. I like it. So this is a double easel. So it sits up like this. So somebody can set it on their desk, on their mantle. It's just basically a work of art that looks great. And people really enjoy that great home created feel. So what we're going to do is get started with a little stamping first. I think we'll get that done and out of the way. So the first thing I have is just a small piece of very vanilla. Yeah, Amy, I finally got it going on the wide screen. It took me several tries, but I got it. So I've got a couple of stamps from the Special Moments stamp set. That's going to be one of those that's available free of charge through Sale-A-Bration. So I'm using a lot of this Sale-A-Bration stuff because we are already 1 month in and only have another month left, and it's that short month of February. So Sale-A-Bration is really going to be over before we know it. I'm super sad about that. But these are two of the stamps from this Special Moments set, and it says just a card to say that you're amazing. So I'm going to ink that up in some Evening Evergreen and set that aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the inside, which is for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. So this is just one of those everyday stamps or cards that you're going to be able to send somebody that just does something amazing and has really helped you out. All right, we're going to put that up, line it up as well as we can. Because this is a photopolymer, it should be fairly easy to get that nice clean image and keep it straight. We'll set these aside. And then I'm going to bring in some black memento, and I'm using the Daffodil Daydreams stamp set, and we're just using this one little flower daffodil that we're going to put on the edge. I like to do something on the inside of each card just so it doesn't look plain and it gives that extra little touch. So we're going to do that with the black memento ink because I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends to color it. So we'll set that out of the way. And the coloring on this one is pretty simple and straightforward. I'm going to take, we'll let that dry up a little bit. We're going to take the dark Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend and just kind of give some highlights in the middle of the petals and along the side. All right, thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. Okay, just a little bit of color. It doesn't take a whole lot. And the blends are super awesome because they do the work for you. It doesn't take a true artist just to color these in. And who didn't love to color when they were in kindergarten? That was always one of my favorite activities. Even once I got older and was babysitting, I loved to, when I was keeping someone that liked to color, because that was always one of the things that I enjoyed doing. So for the leaves, I'm just giving a little bit of color with the dark. And this is a soft succulent on the dark. And now I'm just gonna fill it in with the light. I don't know if my husband's watching tonight. He's watching football. We're a little devastated. We're Chiefs fans, so that Bengals game really kind of destroyed us today. So, not sure who we're going to be rooting for next weekend. All right. So there's that. We'll set that out of the way. And then we're going to bring in the envelope, and may as well get that done while we're at it. So I'm going to ink that daffodil back up again. And stamp it on the front. And this is just a very vanilla envelope that we're doing. And when you're coloring those envelopes, you want to take a piece of scrap paper. It can be just plain white scrap paper, something from the trash. That was just a piece of DSP that I'm not using. Because sometimes that bleeds through. These markers are pretty strong, and the more you blend and color, the more likelihood that it's going to bleed through. So just a little bit of color. Once again, that's with the Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends. And I'm using both the dark and the light one. And then the soft succulent. Give a little bit of shading. And bring in the light color to finish up that front. All right. We're just about done with the nitty-gritty of this, and we can get down to the fun stuff, which is putting it together. All right, so there's the outside of the envelope. We can set that aside. Make sure we don't get it on that inked up stamp. All right, so let's go ahead and I lost my... There it is. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my mini cut and emboss machine and pull out one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies for the front. So if you don't have this die set, you definitely want to get it. This one is perfect for all of your sentiments and any simple shapes that you need. I'm just going to line that up, sandwich it together, and just crank. So these are nifty little machines. I've got one that sits right on my desk in my office, and I use it probably every day, at least once. Okay. All right, now we can start throwing it together. So, as you can see, I'm definitely a tool gal, so the next thing I'm going to use is my simple scoring, and I am going to score a regular piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11, and we are going to, oh crumb, my score thing fell off. Oh, there it is. Oops. See if I can grab that with my toe. All right, so we're gonna score this at 5 1/2. Yeah, there we go. And then we are going to take a piece of crushed curry. This is 4 inches by 10 1/4, and we're gonna score this at 2 1/2. We are going to score this at 5. Okay, now we'll set this out of the way and we'll start folding. So I'm going to fold the second score line. This is your halfway mark, and I'm going to burnish it down. And then, hey Vicki, thanks for joining me. All right, and then we're going to kind of create a mountain and valley here so you can see how that is. Then we're going to fold the card base in half and burnish that together. And now we're just going to adhere. So this is some Sale-A-Bration DSP or Designer Series paper, and this is going to do all the job to create this card. It's just beautiful by itself. It doesn't need anything really. So I'm just going to add some liquid adhesive, and I do that because I want that time frame of being able to shift and move versus using some of the Stampin' Seal. This gives me time to move it around if I don't get it absolutely perfect the first time. So there's that. Then we're going to do this on the smaller piece that's going to go on your front easel. So I'm just adhering these to Evening Evergreen mats. And see how that wasn't great, so I just gave it that little slide to get it right where I wanted it. We're going to take the first mat, or the larger piece, and put it right on this center. Line it up. Make sure that you get that nice little side mat to give it that more elegant look. This is definitely one of those cards that you're going to need extra postage with. Okay, we'll do this on the front. And then that's going to be ready for the card base. And I'm going to slide that up just a little bit so I can get that good all around. Now we're ready to put this on the card base. Just a little liquid adhesive. Make sure that you've got it folded out so that it will create that tent. And that's going to fold, and you see a nice little edge along all the edges. So that's all there is to creating this card. So super easy, but it looks like you did a whole lot more than what you really did. We're going to take the inside that we've already stamped and colored. We're going to glue this right to the inside. I'm waiting on my Stampin' Up order. Hopefully it comes soon because this is my last bottle of adhesive. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do this week. All right, slide that over so that it has that perfect edge. And now we can create the front. I'm going to take my sentiment with this Stitch So Sweetly and add a couple of dimensionals on each side. We'll take that off and put that right down there in the center. And so that could be good enough, but it wouldn't be finished off perfectly unless we added some of these brushed brass butterflies. If you don't have these, grab them. They look awesome on every card that I've put them on. Just maybe set a couple of those. And I'm going to use that Power of Odds or whatever it is. So there's 3, but I definitely wanted some down here on the bottom. But I'm going to put 2 of them so that we keep that odd number. All right. So there's the front of your card. Actually, this is the entire thing. So there's your card. Fold it up. So the only thing that we have left to do is just add some coordinating Designer Series paper to the back of the envelope that we don't have done. So we'll just take that with the liquid adhesive. And as I said, if you're mailing this, this is definitely one of those you're going to have to add that extra postage to, because it's a pretty heavy card with all of those additional layers. But I think that really finishes that out and makes it absolutely stunning. I think Evening Evergreen is by far my favorite color. kind of sad that it's just an in color and it may disappear someday soon. I won't think about that until next summer, I guess. All right, so this is today's card. It's a double easel. I'm going to have all the dimensions on my blog tomorrow. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to email me. And thanks for popping in again tonight. Thanks.